Happy Saturday, everyone.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Super excited today to be on, and we have a special guest in the studio that's starting off with us this morning. Who do we have?
What's up? Who we got in the building?
You got your boy Dre Thompson here, the curator of TEDx Pontiac. What up, though? Good morning, Yaktown. How we doing?
Oh, yeah. So we appreciate you being in the building this morning. Actually, it's your second time being on the show, so shout out to you and bringing TEDx to the city of Pontiac,
Yeah.
Yaktown.
Thank you for having me on the pod for the second time. I'm in the driver's seat with some phenomenal women making boss moves. So you already know it's a good day.
Boss moves, boss move. But
Yeah.
before we get into actually the show, we want to give a shout out to our mayor Mike McGinnis. We have the Pontiac Art Crawl that was brought back this weekend. Well, no, every Friday until
April, yeah.
in
every
April.
Friday in
Yeah.
yeah. So it was so phenomenal. So if you all can catch us, we rocking our Women Hustle Harder shirts by Vita Michelle. We so excited to rock her shirt this
Mm,
morning. We support her. She will be in the driver's seat in just a couple of weeks. And we also was able to go over into boom, Luminosity Originals, right? Luminosity Naturals, right? So Regina went over there and
You got it the wrong way.
well,
Yeah,
they
turn
see
it
it.
around, turn it
This
around,
is
turn it around.
turmeric, y'all.
Yeah.
So turmeric is known to help with skin and some inflammation and things like that. So we rocking her stuff today. And while Regina was on assignment, we
Wait. So you know what? She put me on assignment, right?
Yeah,
I said I was gonna come down and support my homegirl, my sister Sonia Riley, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I called you, and you was like, "Well, just walk down there and check out the other spot." I said, "No, I'm tired." You was like, "No, you need to go support." So I
Yeah.
ended up at.
Yeah, so she went to Luminosity Naturals, and also
Mhm.
we saw Cassandra Eaton, who does Forever
Mhm.
Crafty. So we rocking her stuff too.
Ooh.
So we just want to shout out all of the vendors that's downtown. They have their own shops and businesses. We want you to know that we support you. Regina also went into a couple of more stores and bought some stuff. What else did you get?
Okay, so I can't remember the other place that I bought that I went to. I apologize for that, but I did. It's a t-shirt shop that actually is on the corner of 3 doors down from the Lafayette.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there and I bought a shirt from there, and actually we put 2 other shirts on order. But yeah,
Yeah, so
and then I went into Charlene's.
sure
Right, I
did.
went
She
into
went to
Charlene's
Charlene's.
and I was in there for a minute. So shout out to all the small business in downtown Pontiac, and then I
Yeah.
did run
Shout out to
into
all the businesses.
yeah, well, all the business, but the businesses that I went into too. But we know that we want to make sure that you do some more support the small businesses on every Friday this month. Go in
Yeah.
there, buy something. Doesn't matter whether you spend $15, $20, but spend some money.
Yeah,
How much
and
did we
also
spend yesterday?
I don't know, but we spent some.
No,
So
we spent over a little bit over
I don't
at
know
least
what we
$100
spent.
at least $125.
Well, I spent 125 on two sweatshirts alone.
Ooh.
Took 136. So
Okay,
we
so
we
next,
we
well,
we
we ain't
little
gonna,
over
we're not gonna
300.
fight this morning.
Okay, well whatever. but shout out again.
Shout out to Vita. Shout out to Mia. That's
Yeah,
my girl.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
some
yeah,
there's some women also just doing some phenomenal work. So Mia
yeah.
yeah.
definitely early on with the TEDx Pontiac just saw the vision too, and I can say Vita came out in January, heard about what we were doing, and I'm just so excited for the future with both of those women. They're
Yeah, yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love this for my city
So we're all right, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
with TEDx.
Pontiac, it's my origin story, and I can't think of any other place in the world I'd want to be. I'm really grateful for my neighborhood, for my community. There are a lot of amazing people that call Pontiac home, and I think about those that sometimes are never in the spotlight, never get a lot of credit or attention, but have every day been rock stars in their own ways. Our ability to overcome, persevere, and triumph through adversity is part of what makes us so dynamic as a community, but also as a people. It's the strength of the humans that call Pontiac home. We have so many stories worth learning, but sometimes when it comes to our world, if no one knows, if no one hears it, then it doesn't have the same impact. It's not amplified in the right way. So to have this TED connection for a lot of our change makers and trailblazers to be able to share it themselves or to share their own journeys, I'm really looking forward to it. Pontiac.
My name is Tamika. I'm from the east side of my community. I think when I was in my early 20s, I got locks. And so, I think sometimes I have this chip on my shoulder. But I think coming home reminds me of why I work as hard as I do, why I advocate as much as I do. It just reminds me of we're responsible for each other. And that's what Pontiac is to me. It is, I'm responsible for my family. I'm responsible for my neighbor. My daddy drilled that into me, and it is something I will never forget. Let me tell you how much people come to me and say, you could be so much bigger. You can have so much more if you move to a different area. I've been asked to move to Detroit. I've been asked to move to Atlanta. I've been asked to move to Florida, just my business presence. And so I'm like, no, because I want people, one, to know the excellence that comes out of Pontiac. I want people to come to Pontiac, and this is my base, my foundation. I tell people, my parents are buried here. I will always be committed to Pontiac before anything else. But I also know that my work speaks for itself. And so I don't mind. I'm on planes a lot for work because I refuse to leave this city. I am Tamika Ramsey Brown, and I am the proof that's in Pontiac.
We're back, and you're watching Be in the Driver's Seat. But we do want to. We have TEDx, the TEDx forum on today, and we have the advisors on today, and we got Dre in the studio. But we also have some giveaways. One, for the first caller, Regina the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet is going to be giving away a free oil change for the first caller, and you can call us at
248-905-1128. That's 248-905-1128.
So again, the first caller is going to get that free oil change on the courtesy of me, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. And the second person, what are we doing?
We are giving away tickets to Fantasia and Anthony Hamilton concert. It is coming up. So for those who are who call at the latter part of the show, you'll enter to win those tickets. It's 4 tickets, correct? Regina, are we giving away 2?
I believe it's 4.
It's 4 tickets. Okay, so we got 2 people
one
can
person.
get 2. Well, hey, we got 2 people that can get 2 tickets. So you have the opportunity to win twice. Somebody can win 2 tickets, and another set of people can win.
No, actually, it's
too.
4 tickets because it's the link, so it'll be one person.
One
getting
person.
4
Okay,
tickets.
so now we got 4 tickets, right? So we're going to see Fantasia. So who want to go see Fantasia? So make sure y'all stick to the end so you can enter to win those tickets.
Well, go ahead and kick us off and get us
So
started.
we're
Dr. T.
excited. So for all the listeners and the viewers that are watching now, we have the TEDx Pontiac team. So we have Dre in the building, who is the curator. Woo, woo. And we have all of these phenomenal people that you see on the screen. We have Quinn. Good morning, Quinn.
And we want to make sure you turn your cameras on, please.
We have Tammy. We have Mark. We have Talana on. We have Rose Fit on. We have Isha Branner. Tay Lee is on. And so we're excited to have you on this morning. Good morning, everyone.
What up,
Good
dog?
morning. Hey, I'm super excited because I got some personal relationships with a couple people on here. So I'm gonna give my personal shout out here. We got Isha Banner, my little sister in the house. Yes, hey Isha. I'm sorry, I'm giving no special shout out. And then we got who else we got? I know Rose Spit,
Rose
man.
Spit in the
Look, me and Rose
building.
Spit. I'm in one of his movies. I am with as Regina, the Queen of Carolyn. And then I have I got Tammy Golden in the house. That's my sister from another mother. Y'all probably didn't know we was all part of the Corvette Club. I just let a little secret out. So yeah, she is even though I think I'm older, but she is my mentor, even though I am old. Look, I think I'm a couple years old. 1 year older. And shout out to everybody else that I don't
Everybody.
know, right?
And
But
we didn't
do
say
got 3
Alexis'
people.
name on here. Alexis is on this morning too.
Alexis Kerr.
Yeah, good
Yep.
morning.
Well,
to
hey,
you.
Alexis. Well, we got 3 people on there that do not have their camera on. Please turn your camera on right now.
We need your cameras on. And so let's start with how did this all start, Dre? So let's kick it off with you. How did this all start? TED Talk Pontiac.
This all started with the licensing and application process, and I had a name initially that I thought of, and so they came back to me and said, "Hey, big bro, like that name that you got, not rocking with that." So I'm like, okay, my first pick, TEDx Pontiac, and I had TEDx Telegraph because Telegraph runs all the way, but Pontiac got selected, and I think it was meant to be. Just the stories here, the roots here from my family, my mentor, is from here, and just like I've had that connection my whole life, and so it just felt right. And I'm just so excited. Honestly, when I did the application process, I didn't even think the license would get approved. That's how you know it was meant to be.
Well, it was look at God.
Look at
Look at
You
God.
put it out in the atmosphere, and then all of a sudden it happened for you.
this is so good. So
So
I'm excited to learn some stuff. Go ahead,
yeah.
Regina.
So I want to address the first question toward our Tammy. Is it
Alana.
Talana and who was the other person?
Tay Lee.
Tay Lee. So you're actually your title right now. You guys are not speakers. I know we have Tammy, who is just strategic advisor. What actually is a strategic advisor? And what do you do? What do you bring to TEDx, Tammy?
So first, let me start by saying that I'm excited to be a part of TEDx because I have been a fan of the TED platform for many, many years. So it was intriguing to see the curator decide to bring TEDx to Pontiac. I'm also excited for Pontiac. And the fact that that choice was made because I know Pontiac is such a committed community. So my role as strategic advisor is really to support Dre in ensuring that we have exceptional execution because we want to keep this event coming to Pontiac. We want to make sure that people get, as TEDx will tell you, they want to make sure their ideals worth sharing and that people walk away motivated and then we keep people wanting more. So as you look at the years to come, if people are excited leaving the event, then they'll want to come back as we present this platform again in the coming years.
Good. I hope that they continue to bring it back to Pontiac. So, the visionary, the storyteller, Tay Lee, let's talk about your role.
Oh wow. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so my role is amazing, amazing. When me and Dre talked, um, I told him that I really want to be a part of it if I could be able to show the heart of people, the speakers, and the city, and if we could really not only honor Pontiac, but honor the history, the present, and the future, but also in regards to our speakers and being able to highlight their stories and capture visuals that make people feel the experience before they even come to the event. And we have created a team of amazing individuals from social media content creators to videographers to photographers to capture the true heart of not only Pontiac but everybody that's involved, and that's been amazing.
That's great.
And so now we have the Taylon.
Alana.
Talana.
Talana,
Talana, good morning.
executive
You are
producer.
Good
executive.
morning.
So what do you bring to the table, and how do you do what you do besides telling everybody what to do?
As the president of the National Black MBA, we partner with Dre early on as a community partner, and we really work to bring resources and specialists at what they do. Tammy is one of those that we brought on board to really help to bring this project together. This is no small undertaking, and it takes a lot of resources. So we really just wanted to be a resource to the community. We serve the Metro Detroit area. Or let me rephrase that, Southeast Michigan, and Pontiac is a part of our area. So we wanted to make sure that we were bringing programming to our members, to the community, and this was the perfect opportunity for us to engage. Dre is a member of our organization, and so my role is to help him get the resources that he needs to bring this to fruition and make it a success. So whether that be, people resources, facilities, whatever it is that he needs to make sure that this is a success, that's my role.
That's good. So let's get started with the speakers. Isha, we know that you have another engagement, so we want to start with you. So kind of share with us what makes your story special.
Can you hear us, Isha? Well, we'll come back to Isha.
Okay,
Can you hear us now? She can't hear
she
us.
can't hear us.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and go to Rose Spit. Rose Spit, what makes your story special?
I think my story is special just from the different spaces that I guess play in. You know, I have so many different lanes from being an entrepreneur to being an actor to being a DJ to being an MC to being a designer. So you know, it's about kind of bringing all of that into one category or to one place or what's the nucleus of that.
Hmm.
And you know, a lot of times I kind of, you know, put my head down and work. So it's not often that I'm able to like, you know, kind of present my story or speak, you know, to people or have a platform to speak to people in this way. So
Yeah. But I want to give you a shout out, Ro. We've been watching you for quite some time, and we've watched how you bridge cities together, even with your shoe.
Mhm.
And that was phenomenal just to see someone from my city and it was a time when Flint was having a severe crisis, and you put to bridge those cities together. So shout out to you, and I'm excited to hear your story.
thank
Isha,
you.
are you back with the? Can you hear us? Uh-oh.
All right, so we have next. Next we have Mark. Hey, Mark. Good morning.
Good
How you
morning.
doing?
Hey, great morning, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Good
I'm
morning.
good.
Talk to us about your story. What makes your story like? What's the special portions of the story?
Ooh, so I know, of course, I'll be talking about that downward growth. So even with us on stage right now, and even those who's doing business, everybody wants to get to that level of success, but they don't realize what you truly have to go through to get there. And even as we came full circle to the speech, it made me appreciate the journey that much more. I used to question all the time, why does life seem so hard? But when God is going to elevate you to certain positions, you have to then be able to use that story to inspire others. Because it's been numerous days, myself included, I felt like giving up. But somebody reached back, reminded me that all work works, even when I don't think it's working. So now we
Mhm.
had this opportunity to share the story of the city. This is gonna be amazing because I can personally say when I travel outside the state, people say where you from. Now I'll admit in the past I would say I'm from Detroit because nobody knew about Pontiac, but for the past few years, I'll say Pontiac. So we all been sprinkling little seeds around the country, and this is that moment for us to show up and show out. But that story of downward growth is what allowed me to truly rise up and be great. So looking forward to sharing that with everybody on May 1st.
Yeah, this is so good. Quinn, I'm excited to hear from you. You were actually the first one on today. So kind of share with us. You were here, you were present. So kind of share with us what's making your story so special.
Yeah, I'm excited because number one, I'm a small town girl with a big dream. And I believe that my story is going to inspire all the people from small towns who want to do something big in their life. And maybe they haven't seen an example of that. And they're going to be the first. They're going to be the trailblazer, the pioneer to do so. So, my idea worth sharing is really about discovering innovation and opportunities in places, in cities, and careers that people often overlook or dismiss. So I'll be challenging the mindsets of you have to go big to do big things. I want to encourage everyone through my talk to have the audacity to go small.
Mm,
Ooh, I
that was
love
good.
that.
I love
Wow. Oh,
that
you got me
already.
energized over here. I'm oh,
Now, what small city did you come from?
So I'm actually from a small city called Lancaster, Pennsylvania,
Mm.
and it is so synonymous with Pontiac as far as kind of being overlooked and dismissed. And I
Mm.
want people to know that those big cities are getting some love, but greatness comes from small things, you know? So
go
that's what
ahead
I
on.
want
Go
to,
ahead on.
yeah.
Black History Month. I mean, no, Women's Month
It
from
was
last
last
month.
month.
Well,
You carrying it on to this month.
we're carrying on because we got an event coming up.
Yeah.
So who do we have next here? Who did we not speak
We
to?
haven't talked
Isha
to
or
Isha.
Alexis Kerr?
Isha.
Isha and Alexis hasn't been. Isha, are you with us?
I can go. I just had a
Yeah.
lot of static on my phone for a second. So can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead. You got the
Okay.
floor.
You got the
Okay.
floor.
Good morning. So super excited to be a part of the TEDx Pontiac. My speech is going to be on what is in our family's way. Meaning barriers, resources, pride, coming from Pontiac as well, being a parent who have had to come in and receive resources. I just want to show our families that sometimes, well, not our families, the people who are giving the resources, that sometimes it's a lot more to our families than just no transportation
Yeah.
or no education, or just sometimes people just got pride. I was one of those who was afraid to ask for help, and so I want to get people to start thinking different. Like it's more to that. Let's see our families for who they are and start changing and looking at the person. So I'm excited.
Don't make me cry, Isha.
Woo!
So well said.
That was it. But we do want to make sure that we are giving away first caller for your oil change to call in at 248-905.
1128. And we did have a caller, but we was just too good.
Oh, we did have a caller? We still got
we
a
have a
caller?
caller now. Okay. All right.
you gonna
caller,
call him back?
Okay,
Okay.
he's gonna call the caller back.
Who got left?
We got Alexis. Come on,
Good morning, Alexis. Where are
Good
you?
Good morning, everybody. Look, I am thrilled about
morning.
May 1st in Pontiac. It could not be a better place. I spent my first job at General Motors was in Pontiac, literally in the building. And so this is so serendipitous to have the opportunity to come back. My talk is going to be powerful. It really is for the everyday people. Many of us know someone who has lost their job, whether it was, because of something they did, just because of what's happening in the climate. And so I really wanted to make sure I encouraged people who have lost, jobs, who have lost relationships, who have lost something, and really encourage them to sort of get back and be focused, know that they have whatever they need within. And so, this conversation is going to be, that 10 minutes will go by super fast. And I think the real goal is really to remind people of their excellence. So I'm super pumped about it and thankful for the opportunity.
Okay, caller, we have you on. We got a caller, y'all. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
State your name.
I'm Dawn Hannah.
Oh, this is Dawn Hannah. Good morning, Dawn.
Good morning.
Did
Good morning.
Did you have something you wanted to say to the TED Talk team, the TEDx Pontiac team?
I'm excited to see, listen to everyone.
Yeah. Oh, well, congratulations. You did win the oil change, so you can get in touch with Regina, the Queen of Carlone, so you can get that.
Okay, thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
And then remember, the second caller this morning will be getting the
Tickets
free
to the
tickets to the-
Fantasia and Anthony Hamilton concert. Yeah. All right, y'all. So we back. So I'm super excited. So Isha, I'm gonna start with you. So how did you feel when you got accepted? Because I know all of y'all had to go through the process. So how did you feel when they said, "Okay, we picked you"?
I was very excited. Being on the TEDx has been, on my to-do list, and so to have an opportunity to even get the experience, and at the time, I didn't know who was all going to be, on the red dot, but I've listened to not everyone, but quite a few. So I'm super excited to be on the stage, to share the stage with some powerful speakers. Quinn, you my new friend. I'm excited. Like I can't wait. I can't wait.
Just having just knowing a little bit of your story and then
Yes.
having you
Yeah.
talk about your girls watching you and how you went back to school and all of the wonderful things you did, just having them to see you on the stage is also training them or teaching them and showing them that you still can go forward and do some things when life don't go the way that you thought it was gonna go initially.
Very
So
true.
shout out to
Absolutely.
you.
Shout out to Isha.
Yeah,
That's my
shout out
Thank
to
you.
Isha inspires me, y'all.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
said, real talk.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So I think the great thing about today is about the being that it seemed like you guys have become family, and it's all about networking, right? And talking to and see how you can help each other because everybody's from different backgrounds, and it sounds like also that everybody is different ages. I know it seems like, I still look like I'm in my 30s, so even though I'm in I'm in my 50s, right? But it sounds like it sounds like everybody is in from 30 to 40 to 50, right?
Yeah. Well,
Age range,
Yeah,
right?
that's about right.
Right, is that about right?
they like don't play with our age.
Don't play with our age.
So I want to talk to the two men. We got the two men. So we got Mark and we got Rose Smith. So tell us, how was it just being, because right now it's more women that's on the camera. I know that there's more male speakers, but as a male, did you find it difficult to like because is it like a competition? Like you would literally have to apply for it. So did you feel like you were competing, or did you feel like, you know what, this is my time, this is what I'm doing right now? Like, how was this process for you? So let's start with you first, Mark, and then Ro will come to you.
I would say I felt more like it was supporting, because the hardest thing to do, and we have to realize someone that didn't get in probably needed the opportunity just as much. So if I didn't get in, I would have been clapping and celebrating just as the person I would hope to be doing for me. So it was exciting. And I have to say the TEDx team probably had played too much because they start the email off kind of like that Dear John letter. We had tons of people that applied. So I'm like, let me just go ahead and swipe and delete. And it's like, and we're happy to say you got accepted. So I was in disbelief and just very humble. But yeah, y'all played too much for that one because I was like, another Dear John letter. But I was like, oh my goodness. So of course, I have a saying we say in our family: always grow your branches, but never forget your roots. Yeah. So my first ever TEDx talk being in my hometown was a full circle moment for me. So exciting, but regardless if I got in or got out, I've been celebrating, been in attendance because this one for the city and our future generation of youth and leaders.
So Mark, you're actually from Pontiac.
Oh yes, North Side, off of Baldwin and Columbia, Warren Park Manor. Don't play with me.
What? No,
Don't
side?
play with Mark.
No, side.
Don't let me throw this W on West Side. So, all right, Ron, where you at with it?
So mine is a little different. I kind of feel like I was like drafted.
Not the football and the basketball.
Wait a minute,
you was
in
drafted,
the NBA,
right?
Yeah, I kind of was drafted. Just being honest, the first time somebody, I think it was my wife, was the first person that was like, you should do TEDx, and I'm like, why? Like, why me, right? Because once again, I'm like I feel like I'm in the middle of this whatever journey I'm in, and I'm kind of like, I try not to pat myself on the back. I try not to think about it in that way, and just the thought process for me is it might seem kind of crazy, but just standing up in front of these people speaking, as many times as I've performed or as many times I've been on stage DJing or rapping, it's still a little different for me. So I kind of was like, nah, I'm all right, I'm cool. And then it was just like, I got so many phone calls and text messages about like, yo, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. And I'm like, all right. And now we kind of here,
I'm glad that you said all right. Sometimes we'll be like, no, I'm not doing it, but this was actually in God's plan. So
It was.
Right.
And I feel the need to chime in a little bit because
Chime in, but we got to take a break. So chime in real quick.
Yep. So my strategic advisor before, me and Ro have some mutual friends, and they're like, when it comes to Pontiac, Rose Spit, Kano Phillips, like Karima, like these is the people you need to meet. All these people you need to touch in with. So that's just a little insight.
Yeah.
And another thing though, I do realize, kind of reaching Unc status or reaching OG status, that I am an ambassador for Pontiac, right? Those times when I was younger and I, kind of going to Detroit or going to these different places, when I forgot who said it earlier, but when so many people would go to these places and have these platforms and say they're from Detroit, I was one of the people that was screaming, I'm from Pontiac, and most people didn't know what it was about. So then I would go into my spiel about this is what it is, right? So I've kind of accepted that, and then when people started saying that, I'm like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it's one of those things that I felt like God placed it in front of me, even if I wasn't looking for it.
That's good.
So I know we're going to take a break, but we want to thank Isha Branner for actually joining us this morning. We know that she had to leave if she haven't already left, but we'll be right back with the crew, with the team TEDx Pontiac.
Yes.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com.
It's Joe at Joe Lunghammer Chevrolet in Waterford. This tax season, your money can go further at Joe Lunghammer Chevrolet.
It's Regina's Refund Advantage.
Whatever you bring in, refund or down payment, I'll match it up to $500 to get you into a new or used vehicle stress-free.
We have great selection and we will get you approved.
And for your tax refund information, visit Regina. She's the queen of car loans. Regina, the queen of car loans.com.
Down payment match up to $500? Go to ReginaTheQueenOfCarLoans.com.
And we are back. You are listening to Beat in the Driver's Seat. And Dre, spotlight is on you now. Let's kind of talk about the experience with each person that's on.
The experience with each person that's on. So first and foremost, I gotta say, I gotta go to my visual storytelling director, Tay Lee. Me and Tay actually met last year at an event that I was speaking at in downtown Detroit, and she took my photos, and I just felt so comfortable with her. You know how you go to your mama house or grandma house, you got that cooking and that warm love. That's how it felt taking the photos, and I'm like, this woman is just phenomenal at what she does. And so my marketing director, she's not on the call, but I was like, I think I should ask Tay to like do our photos and help like tell the story of this event. She's like, you most definitely should. And I reached out, and that was probably one of the best decisions that I've made in my life.
Well, put a pin in that. Somebody just called in. Let's see who this caller is. Good morning. You're on with Being in the Driver's Seat.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you this morning?
Good. How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing good.
Who
What's
are we
your
speaking
name?
to?
morning.
Right.
My name is Detra.
Hi, Jatra.
Vetra, where you from? Where you calling from? Your living room, your phone, your car? Where you
You in the
calling
D? You in
I'm
the
calling
yak?
from my living room.
Hey, we on the
room?
couch with it.
Now, are you in the southeastern Michigan area where you can go to this concert?
Yes, I live in Pontiac, as a matter of
Ooh,
fact.
Yaktown.
Jacktown, don't back down.
Jacktown, don't back
Jacktown,
down. Listen,
back
you're
down.
on with the TEDx Pontiac team. Do you have anything you want to say to them this morning?
I just want to tell everybody happy Saturday. I hope everybody have a wonderful day.
Yeah, so
Yes,
we
She just called in for them tickets.
You
we
called in for them
appreciate you.
tickets.
We appreciate you though. And then if you're are you new to our page?
Yes, I am.
So make sure you give us that follow and make some comments in the bottom, and our producer will take your name, and I will give you a call personally about.
Yeah,
the
we'll
tickets.
give you a call personally. So we'll get your number and we'll give you a call personally so you can pick up your tickets.
Oh, thank you. I want a ticket.
Yes, congratulations.
Oh, my God.
Hey, when Fantasia see you, it's going down.
It's going
Oh,
down.
my God.
Oh my God, this really happened.
Oh, wow.
What Anthony Hamilton say? He say Charlene.
Yes,
He saying beach.
That is my joint.
well, congratulations again and thank you for calling in.
Okay, thank you.
Don't forget to leave your number
Yes.
with our
Okay.
producer.
Yes. Okay.
I sure will. I appreciate you guys.
We
Have a
appreciate
good
you.
weekend.
Oh, you too.
All right, Dre, you back on the mic.
Awesome. So I was telling you why Tay Lee is probably one of the greatest photographers, storytellers of our time. And so just rising up that new young talent, that's what we got to do. I'll go to next, Talana. So Talana, actually, I'm a former GMer as well. I used to be on their professional
Which one
development.
is Tawana in the pink, right? Tawana
No, Talana's in the black.
She got on the black.
Oh, and right, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
she in the middle.
Hey,
Yeah, hey, girl.
You just want to wait. Hey, just put your hand up, please, when we talk for now, so we'll know, because I'm new to some people.
Yep. So Talana, I know from being a GMer, and we connected there some years ago, and just we stayed connected, and that's somebody that's I'd say been a mentor in my life and just a positive influence. And so when I told her about this idea and how I was going to really try to do this myself, she's like, "Are you crazy?" And but she believed, and I'm just so happy to have her support. Tammy, now
Wait a minute, you said GMer. What's a GMer?
a GM or somebody that
Somebody
works
worked
for
at
General
GM.
Motors.
Okay, I knew that. I just wanted everybody else to kind of bring it out because you said GM. Like,
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Not everybody may know what a GMer is, so that's true. So Tammy, I'll go to Tammy next. Now Tammy is somebody that I knew of because one of my mentors when I first joined, Charles McClendon, he was an executive director there that kind of took me under his wing, gave me some knowledge, somebody that I just deeply respect, and he reported to Tammy. So I knew about Tammy. So when Talana told me that, Tammy was interested in this project, I was really like taken aback, like, because at GM, Tammy has been at that level. Just so to have somebody that's had that insight or be at the level just to be with Mary Barra, right? Just making those decisions or just to even be in the room to have that advice. I just respected it so much, and I just couldn't believe it. Quinn is actually, I will say this, one of, not only just as a speaker, MC, I'm excited for her story because there are not a lot of people that speak like her with her dialect, her usage of alliteration. She is a true master of the craft, and I just felt like there was a speaker selection committee, but I just feel like with Quinn on that day, when people hear her voice and hear the message, that the thinking, the idea will be spread and it will be elevated for Pontiac. And just kind of coming into this community, I feel like that's something needed. Fresh voices, fresh perspectives, as well as those that are there. Alexis Kerr, again, somebody from the speaker selection committee. Upon her being selected, I didn't even know that just her deep roots. A lot of people associate her with the Hallmark Company and things she's done there outside of GM, but just she is her, Diamond Shining Media, just her story and what she's going to bring to the stage that day. I just know it's going to impact lives and change the trajectory of people's thinking. And that last but not least, my brother Mark Alexander, then I'm gonna come to Ro. Mark is somebody initially like you all, be in the driver's seat, seeing the content, and I was looking at his brand, and he's done a lot with Black Tech Saturdays. He's a dual hybrid. I'll say that because he's the king of Macomb, but like he's the Pontiac hometown hero, quiet as kept, and he's about to let the world know that, you know, Yaktown don't back down, that Pontiac pride, he has it. And so really amazing guy, individual, God-fearing, and just anytime I'm talking to Mark, I know that I'm talking to a friend, comrade, amazing speaker, and again, somebody that has an idea worth spreading. So grateful to have you. Rose Spit, man, this guy just, I remember, and I'll go back to the shoes, and I bought my shoes recently, by the way, that he designed just from being an entrepreneur and just his artistry, what he's done with the acting, the DJing, like just being a young man I'm from Detroit, he's from Pontiac, and just the Burn Rubber, just growing up in that time where it was in downtown Royal Oak, Birmingham, Revive, you got Burn Rubber, Dirty Pigeon, just the influence that he's had on so many people in the Metro Detroit area. And then just with the shoe, right? Just, I remember people waiting in line, and just when you look at the soul connecting Flint to Pontiac, Southfield, and I went to school in Southfield, and just Detroit, that's just a beautiful thing. And just even to have a Black man from Michigan design a shoe for the Jordan Company, like that and alone in itself, if he doesn't tell that story, that is a story worth telling.
Yeah.
And that's just going to inspire so many, you know, people of color, people not of color, that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And I will say, upon curating this event, that I fully believe, like, it's a higher power orchestrating this just to get to this point, to have support of, just to even be in the driver's seat for this. I feel like the moment has arrived.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to say this. So we're going to give away a gift card for the third caller at, what's the number again?
We have a caller.
No, I'm
We have a caller though.
Okay, well, we have a call. Okay, well, the fourth caller, not the third caller, but we are going to give away. It was three things. That is one thing that all three of, I think it's the strategic advisor, Tammy, the executive producer, and the director of visual. They have one thing in common. One thing in common. Okay, if you were listening, you'll know. And that would be to the fourth caller, because the third caller, we just gave it out. So the fourth caller, you'll get a free gift card, $25 gift card. They work one place. Oh, well, I told you, but okay. Yeah.
All right, caller, you're on with Being the Driver's Seat. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This sound like
It's
Denise.
It is. How are you? I
Good.
set my alarm for them Fantasia tickets, but congratulations to the lady that already won them. But
We're sorry.
that's okay. I'm still here. You know, I love you. I love being a driver's seat. My only question is, because I've been watching the TEDx thing and I have friends involved, but I never got to ask this question. Will there be another one? Because this was a sold out event, and just all the great possibilities of it. Will there start being TEDx Pontiac, or is this just a one and done?
So I can chime in on that and definitely say that this is looking to be a reoccurring annual event. But for me, the first event has to go exceptionally well for people to want to come back to talk about the experience. And so although it is sold out, I'll say keep your eyes on the social media. We just, again, to be sold out, we launched our tickets March 4th, April 4th, we were sold out. Today's the 11th. We just didn't anticipate the demand to be as high as it was, but definitely, like, my vision for the city of Pontiac expands beyond this event. I'm a Michigander. I've only lived here my entire life. And so I couldn't imagine living anywhere else but Michigan, and just the opportunity to give back and do more for people. That's something I'm passionate about, and that'll be done at besides just this one event.
Awesome. Thank
Oh,
you.
But
thank
thank you for
you.
You guys
calling,
have a,
Denise.
Yeah, thank you,
All
you're
Denise.
right.
welcome.
Happy
Have a
Saturday.
great day. Bye
So
bye.
All right.
we got a question for everybody, right? So this is a question for everybody, all of the speakers. And we're gonna just go down the list. We're gonna start with you, Quinn. For all of the listeners and the viewers, can you tell them why they should be looking at social media and why should they be wanting to support TEDx? Wow.
That's a great
They can't
question.
get a
And I
ticket
think
now.
that,
You on mute, Quinn. They can't get a ticket
oh my,
now. So now what?
I'm not on mute. Can you hear me okay?
Oh,
I hear you,
okay.
Quinn.
Oh, okay. So why should
They
people
can't.
follow TEDx?
Okay, here we go. There we go, Quinn. Now what'd you say?
Oh, I said the question was why should people follow TEDx on social media? And
Yeah.
that was the question, correct?
Yeah, and for Pontiac, because now they can't even get tickets. So normally we would say, why should they purchase a ticket? But it's sold out. So
You
just
know, things happen, and if there's a will, there's a way. And if you are following, this experience, you never know. You could have some last minute backouts, and someone, Dre, might say, you know what, we got a couple of tickets that just opened up. But you should
Hmm.
also follow it because everybody has a thought leadership, a process, a thing that they believe that can change your life, your business, your career, or your city. So you follow it to see if some tickets can go on, open up, but you also follow because the message that might come from Mark or Alexis or myself or Isha could be just the thing that you need to get you through your rut. It could be just the message that you need to push through a difficult situation. And a lot of times we just might need somebody else's perspective to take our life from good to great to grand. So if you want to live a grand life, if you want a grand city, I boldly believe that you should follow this TEDx Pontiac movement because not only will you be inspired, you just might get the opportunity to actually be in the room. I believe all closed doors ain't closed for real. You never know. Somebody might crack that thing open and you might get a chance to come on in. So watch the TEDx social media just to be inspired, to be motivated. But more importantly, you just never know. Dre might have something up his sleeve that open up a couple of tickets and you don't want to miss that.
that's good. All right, Mark, what you got?
Let's go. And this is specific to a lot of folks who grew up in Pontiac. Y'all know historically, we've been the city surrounded by the wealth that people pull from it, but then pour back in. This is that moment when the head becomes the tail. And the one thing you don't want to do is catching the wave versus being at the very tip of it. And I feel like this is one of those moments in time where we're about to make history in the city, where we're going to transition and we can stand alone, which is why it's talking about overcoming adversity. They didn't have to help us, but then realize we were seeds. So if you don't follow, you don't keep up, you'll find out last minute that, man, I done missed out on something huge and epic that can not only change my life, but that can be historical in my moment of movement. So follow, hit those like buttons, support, connect. But even to Quinn's point, you might hear a message to get you through one of those dark, cold days because we all need it.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Ro, where you at?
I would say follow because you can't get in. Maybe they post some recap videos and you can still get some game.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Will there
sure.
be recap videos?
So all the official, we'll capture some highlights from the talk, but all the official talks will go on the official TEDx YouTube platform.
Mm-hmm.
But
We
there'll
can
be
bring our phones in, right? We can use our phone, all right?
to be. Hey, listen.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Because we got to get going.
Yes.
All right, so Alexis, what you got, Alexis?
Y'all just need to follow because the energy is there. We are doing the first one. This is the first time, but there will continue to be many. The biggest tip that I can give everybody is make sure you actually follow the speakers, follow each and every one to understand their journey and what's happening outside of text. TED, that's going to be the huge win. It's about how do you have interpersonal relationships you can still learn before, during, and after the TED. And the recap is going to be wild. So there could be an opportunity for you to be in a room, but there's just a lot of energy around what's happening. We've got our own space. And for me, I think that's the biggest reason to follow. Let's go.
This is so good.
Let's go.
So is that everybody talk? So I got a question is, what problem are you hoping to solve and bring awareness to? Because everybody has their own individual message. And that's to the speakers.
I think for me, this is Alexis. The biggest problem is that people get so disappointed and distraught when they lose their job and they lose their sense of hope. And so the biggest problem I'm solving is making sure they have not just that hope, but the tools that they need to move forward. That piece is huge because people are like, there's no way for me to move on. That you can still have a bright future in spite of losing your job and the opportunities that you have in the workplace, whether that's starting your own or leaning into something fresh. There is hope. And a lot of people don't have hope, especially in Pontiac. And that's why I'm coming back.
Ooh, that's why she come.
That's why she
Ooh,
coming back. I love that. All right, Ro, what problem are you hoping to solve or bring awareness to?
I would say navigating into spaces that you want to be in, or and also kind of putting yourself in position. A lot of people, kind of don't know where to start, or they don't have the motivation or the confidence for that matter. But kind of putting yourself in those positions and being able to navigate in any room that you go into, being your authentic self.
That's good too. Oh man, y'all, I can't wait to hear you. All right, Mark, what you got?
what you got, Mark? What you got?
Hey, let's go. Main thing I want people to really walk away with is those affliction, those dark moments, that downward growth is the cost of admission. And what we do too many times is we try to rush through those seasons, forget the hardship. But those are the discipline tools that make you successful down the road. Because if you can't handle the weight of the dark season, the weight of the success is going to bury you. So being able to really embrace it, study it, learn from it, so you can create that new identity at the next level.
That's
Powerful.
good too. All right, Quinn.
Yeah, I would say the biggest problem that I solve is getting people to have a mental makeover when it comes to innovation and opportunity. A lot of us have this huge kind of burden on our back to think big, and how can we think big to fix certain things, to excel and accelerate in our life, our city, our career. I want to really challenge people to have the audacity to go small and notice what other people are missing, lean into that, maximize it, and really go into the details that can make a difference. So instead of going big, I really want people to walk away with, how can I go small and maximize what others are missing?
Well, you know what? I like that you said that go small, because too many people focus on going big. But in order for you to go big, you got to go small, because you got to take the small wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say this. So we do have that last question I got to put out there. Not last.
Can I jump in there real quick?
Oh, who is that? Who is that?
This is Tammy.
I've been waiting on you to cut somebody off. I've been waiting. I've been waiting. What's up, Tammy?
I just really want to highlight the fact that you can see the theme of the event shining through in everything that the speakers has pointed out. And that's really adversity leading to innovation. And the funny thing about adversity is most people look at it as a negative word. I look at it as an opportunity. And if we can have that audience walk away viewing adversity as an opportunity that leads to this innovation that you're hearing through these speakers, I think we're going to do our job in making sure that people want more and that we're able to bring this event back. But it's just inspiring sitting here listening to everybody and seeing the theme play itself out. So I just wanted to highlight that.
That was so good. I was gonna call on you, Tammy. I really was. So I'm excited. So before we move forward with that last question, though, Taylor, or we got a
Talon.
caller.
I got it.
We got a call.
Wait, the last call. But I hope this caller knows that they need to answer this question.
Yeah.
What does a strategic advisor, the executive producer, and the director of visual, what do they have in common? They work one place, right? And they all said that word. So if you don't have that, then we're gonna hang up on your face. We're gonna hang up on your face. No, I'm just kidding.
Who we talking to? Good morning. Who are we talking to?
Good morning. This is Cornelia Carter.
Good morning,
Hey,
Miss Carter.
That's one of our regular listeners.
Yeah, she one of our regulars. All right, what do they have in common? What's the common theme?
GM.
Yay! You got it. You got it. You got it.
So congratulations, you have won a gift card from Be in the Driver's Seat. Thank you so much for
Thank
listening. So
you.
listen, you have the speakers on, the TEDx Pontiac is on. Is there anything you would like to say to them?
I just want to say congratulations to a successful event in advance, because we're claiming this. And I am
Yes,
looking
we are.
forward to next year. because I missed out on this year because I was late getting my ticket. But I will catch it on YouTube afterwards.
We
On the
appreciate
TEDx
you.
YouTube.
Thank you so much, Camille.
Thank you. Thank you for your generosity. And Dr. T and the Queen, keep doing what you're doing because you are making an impact in Pontiac.
We appreciate
Thank you
that.
so much,
We
sis.
appreciate that.
All right. So Regina, you had something. What was the last?
Well,
thing?
that was it.
That was it?
I mean,
Oh, okay.
that was
Dre
it.
said
Well,
he
there's
got
something I
something
got
to say.
a few things to
Dre
add
said I
because
got
I thought
something to
Talana was
say.
going to touch on it, but
Wait a minute. You thought Tawana was gonna touch on it?
Yeah, because we got some.
Tawana, because you talk for 5 minutes every time.
Okay, well, so
I had to throw a little shade so
And
somebody can
Tay
laugh.
Lee, you know the director of the Vision
Who we
Storyteller
didn't
might have to say something too. So let's see. Come on, where you at? Where you at, Tay Lee? What you got to say?
Yes, so one of the things that I really want to say, kind of going back to that, why to follow social media. So we're not just on social media posting about the event. We're helping to tell the story. The videos that was played from the mayor to Tamika, we have we have visual photos that are going to be shown. It's about showcasing the history, and all of us have a role to play in that responsibility. So you have the opportunity to not only follow but to share what's going on and highlighting what's going on right now in Pontiac, from businesses to community leaders. So I just say follow the social media because it's telling the story that needs to be heard, and we all have a responsibility of doing that.
All right, and listen, we want Talana to say something too.
Yeah, I did want to add to follow means being a part of the community. One of the things that we want to do is really build community and build connections. I'm a connector of needs and resources. If there's a need and I have a resource, I feel it's my job. It's my responsibility to connect those two things. And we have a lot of people that are out following us doing the work, and we want to make sure that people become a part of that community. I invite people to come out and be a part of what we're doing at the National Black MBA Association, because we know that there are people out that have real needs. You don't have to have an MBA to be a part of what we're doing, but we want the community to come and take advantage of some of the programming. Financial Literacy Month is in April, and we're doing programming every week to help people get the tools that they need to be successful in that area. And if there's something that we're not providing, we're willing to connect people with the right resources to get what they need. You know, we know that the struggle is real, but we want to be a resource. And I think TEDx is an extension of that.
And the resources she's talking about, there are free in-person and virtual events. So
This is so good.
So Mark, Mark, what do you have? You have something? Last words?
Last words, I'll tell you about. If you missed this event, as Dre mentioned, there's going to be future follow-up, but it takes a full community. Dre, hats off to you. This is not an easy undertaking by any means, and hats off to all the support team behind the scenes who helped capture the stories and put this out there. But to everyone who attend and who are able to attend, show that love and support. If you want to see this happen, not only show up, but show out. Let people know what Pontiac is doing, but also help the champions and servant leaders who are doing it. But Dre, salute to you and the team, everyone. Tay Lee, thank you for capturing the pictures, the video stories. Talana, thank you for National Black. I won a pitch competition 2022. Y'all showed the brother love, and then even Tammy. I'm a former General Motors Institute student, so thank y'all. And then also the speakers, man, y'all rock. Media Day was fire. I can't wait to see y'all in person again.
And then for the in-person activation at the event, we salute you, Mark. We are going to have GM is going to actually do ride and drives from all 4 of their brands. So even if you don't have a ticket, you can still come and test drive vehicles from Cadillac, GMC, Chevy,
What time
Buick. That'll take place at noon, so around lunchtime. So that's another reason to show out. And then watch the social media, because God works in mysterious ways. Maybe some tickets will appear.
Yeah, that's so good. All right, y'all. This has been really good.
So I got a couple shout outs here. Shout out to Tamika Ramsey, Leah Sharp, and they actually put a group text to me and Dr. T and said, "Hey, you know what? You need to get Dre on the show." So actually, they were the first person that reached out to us in the beginning and said, "Hey." And then on Facebook, Isha said something about, "Hey, you need to have Dre on," and then Dre actually chimed in. and you sent your email. You were all professional, everything to my email, right? But I want to be honest. I usually don't open anything to the show for like 2 days or a day before, right, to prepare.
She telling
But
you her
I got
secrets.
but yeah, and I am I'm telling you. But I got an email from my sis, my mentor Tammy Gold, and she sent me an email. I want to say maybe a few days after the contact on Facebook, right? And she didn't even know about the text group, right? And I opened her email, so that got me encouraged to do a little bit more homework beforehand.
Wow.
So I opened up and knew everything about it before, even though I usually don't touch it 2 or 3 days before. So what I'm saying to you is it's all about sometimes about association. When you have somebody
Facts.
connected to it, you do. I moved faster. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to actually be one of the sponsors. And hopefully next year, I'll get Joe Longhammer to be one of the sponsors. That's the goal. So kick ass this year, right? So next year we can get the man to write a big check.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You
hey,
know,
listen,
yeah, we need to
I
work on
heard
that.
you.
Yeah.
I heard you loud and
For
clear.
sure.
And listen, outside of you, Dalia Sharp, Tamika Ramsey also sponsored our event.
Yeah.
Be in the driver's seat is an official TEDx sponsor. They will be in the building, and you all are a part of history. Like, we appreciate you greatly for sharing your platform multiple times, letting us come here and tell these stories and spread these ideas. Like, we greatly appreciate you.
Yeah. And we do want to say this, that, you know, even though that some people don't get up and watch it in the morning, it's important that you tell people that you know that you guys are on the platform right now listening, that you share it with your family, with your mom, your dad, your friends, so they can go back and watch the interview, right? Because that will get them excited for May
Yeah.
1st, but get them
Yeah.
excited for next year.
Yeah, get them ready. Yeah. And shout out to all the listeners today. Thank you so much, loving our Family 5. She's saying congratulations to us. Thank you so much in the growth of the podcast and the producer. So shout out to our producer today. Thank you all so much for joining us today. You have indeed inspired me. I cannot wait to see you all on May 1st. I'm looking forward to this being an annual event.
Yes.
And so congratulations. You all did a phenomenal thing for our city. So excited.
And this is the first time we've had like 8 people on, 9 people on. We have had the most at 4. So we, you know, honestly, I was nervous all month because, you know, and then this past week, because I think we went to 4 people to 5 people, and Dre just started adding people and talking. And I'm like,
No, you said 11 people.
11 people. I'm like, Lord, we never had that many on. So super excited, and shout out to our producer, Santi. You know, if you
Shout out
guys
to
need
Asante.
some help, some video, and anything that you need, this
All
is
media.
the man.
He the
All
real
media.
deal.
He is the man, professional,
Professional.
on all levels. So.
So
Shout out to him because I was on pins needle all week worrying about the day with all these people on.
And Ro, let me just say, Ro stayed up, y'all. Ro looked like he ready.
He do.
This is rough.
I gotta take my nap.
I'm dead, bro.
So we appreciate.
You like, I'm pulling my hair out.
Like, Bro probably had a show last night. He like, look,
He
let
was
me off of here.
Man, no, I'm happy to be here though. I'm happy to be here.
So happy Saturday,
Happy
everybody.
Saturday, y'all. Have a
Appreciate
good
you
week.
all.
We'll
Thank-
see you May 1st.
We'll see
See
y'all
you,
May
man.
See y'all May 1st. It's gonna be great.
Wait, hold on. Let me get that picture. Hold on. Let me get that picture.
Oh snap!
Wait, y'all gotta put your hands up like that.
Yeah, like we said that.
Let me get that. Wait a minute. Hold on, because I'm a little different. Do it again.
One more time.
Do it again.
All right.
Wait a minute. It's a little video. Keep going. Do it again.
Keep waving.
Wave,
All
huh?
right,
Big
all
bro.
All right. Thank
Hey,
you.
Alexis,
so
I see
much.
y'all. Have a
Thank
good day.
you.
Happy
Got a party.
We being in the driver's seat May
Saturday.
1st. It's going
Yes, let's go.